sure that's enough. Yes. Everybody, first and foremost, coach and players, congratulations and welcome to Omaha. We'll ask you for an opening statement, and we'll pertain questions to the student athletes, then we'll dismiss them and go with Coach again. Right now, let's ask Coach to give us an opening statement.
Excited to be in Omaha, excited to represent the 12th man, Texas A&M University, here in the College World Series. Seems like we just started practice a couple weeks ago, but it also feels like a long trip. So had a great practice and looking forward to staying here as long as we can to win a national title.
Thank you, Coach. At this time, we'll open for questions. And first question right here.
Mark Garland, College Baseball Central. Gavin and Jace, you guys just got through your first practice out there. Now, how do you get back to the normalcy and start playing? This is just a baseball weekend, and there's lots of lights, lots of media. How do you go out there and just prepare as a baseball game?
It's going to have the same mentality we've had all year. Opening day, every day. So go out there. Might be a new field, big stage, but got to go out there, play our game, and just have fun.
Yeah, and I'm kind of all about living in the moment, so I kind of took today in, and it was pretty surreal. It's my first time ever being here, his first time ever being here, so it was really surreal. It was a really cool moment, and obviously it's really cool to be here, but you just kind of have to treat it like we treated, as he just said, opening day, right? Like, we have to realize that we got here because we had a standard, and we got here because we had things that we believe in, and we can't start going away from those things just because we're on a bigger stage or a bigger field, or you perceive it to be bigger, right? So we just kind of have to put it into perspective and realize that it's still baseball, it's still a game, and we just have to play our best.
Questions? Go ahead.
Noah Darling, College Baseball Central. Gavin, Jace, obviously the loss to Braden in the early in the Super Regional there. How do you guys rebound from that, and how do you rally around him?
Yeah, obviously, I mean, you never want to see anybody go down like that, but especially Braden right there. That was really tough, and even in the moment, that was really, really, really hard for the dugout to kind of stay in. You kind of felt the dugout kind of – it was like we had something in our stomach. It was just like you could feel it, right? But we just kind of had to realize, like, what was important. We always say what's important now, right? And the most important thing right there was winning that ball game. And so now we just kind of have to look at it as, like, I mean, I think the whole team has the utmost trust in every single person that comes off the bench. We all know we're ready to play. We've put everything that we possibly can into this team and into making it what we have so far. So I feel really good. Like, I'd be foolish if I was up here saying that we won't miss him, because obviously we will. He's a big part of why we're here. But, I mean, Caden Kitten is unbelievable, as y'all saw. So I feel super, super confident.
Yeah, it's tough to lose a guy like Braden. Great teammate, great person, build a great relationship with him, and he's going to continue to be a great teammate as we continue to go through this journey. But like he said, every guy's got to step up now. So whoever's coming off the bench, whoever's going to play, like you saw the other day, Kid and Kent, huge swing, huge plays. It's going to be awesome. We're having a great time, and Braden's going to be here with us.
Jake McKeever, College Baseball Central. Gavin and Jace, Ryan was here 2 years ago. Is there anything he's kind of passed on about how you handle Omaha?
Honestly, he just told me to have fun. Like, a lot of people try and make it seem like it's like you shouldn't really enjoy it, right? Like, they're like, it's still baseball, it's still, like, and I just said that earlier, but, like, especially days like today, tomorrow, I'm definitely going to come watch a game. I mean, why not? Like, you have to enjoy it while you're here. And then he was just like, once it's time for the game, like, then you can realize, okay, it's just baseball. But while we're here and not playing necessarily and we're practicing and everything, like, there's times to take it in and realize, like, hey, like, this is one of the biggest stages in college. Like, this is the biggest stage in college baseball, and it's you just kind of have to let it sink in.
Yeah, Ryan and coaches have done a great job preparing us when we got here. I mean, a few days, take it all in, enjoy every moment, take pictures, go on your phone, whatever it is. But when it's time to step on those lines, you got to come ready to play, and that's what we plan on doing.
Any other questions for the players? No. Gentlemen, thank you. Appreciate your time, and good luck this weekend.
Have fun, kid.
Can't wait. we'll start with the first question right here for Coach.
Travis Brown with the Bryant College Station Eagle. Coach, you have 4 guys who are the first 4 in A&M history to come to 2 College World Series while they're term. What does it mean for the program? What does it mean for them and what you're trying to build that they can have that experience?
Yeah, it means a lot. And that's a great point, Travis, that the more often you go, the more used to being here that a team is, right? And you have somebody other than a coach that can talk to you about their experience, whether it be on the field or off the field. So between Prager and Cortez and Rudis, I guess Targash would be the other one. It's awesome to have that come from players instead of it's like hearing from your dad all the time, right? They hear from me all the time, but it's better when it comes from a player. So hopefully we can continue that to where we always have that kind of experience on our club.
Mitch Sherman, The Athletic. Coach, how did you approach Jack Caglione last time you saw them in the regular season as a hitter, and what do you do? What can you do tomorrow night? What do you think of his the season that he's had, the career that he's had?
Yeah, first of all, he's a great player, right? So it is what it is, and I think the key. One of our coaches was talking about how we're going to try X or Y to pitch with him. I said, just make sure there's nobody on base. That's the key, is to make sure there's nobody on base. I mean, we tried. We went 4 outfielders, but it really doesn't matter if he hits it in the air. It's going to go over the fence, right? Most of the time. So I think the thing about Jack I don't know Jack. I obviously have a lot of admiration for him. The thing that I don't know if he gets enough credit. Like, he's the best defensive first baseman I've ever seen in college baseball. And, I mean, it's not close. And I've coached some good ones and coached 2 USA teams that had good ones. And he's an unbelievable defender that can also – I think he can go to the outfield. I mean, he made catch against us in Gainesville where he ran all the way down up against the fence and dodged the ball boy and caught one up against the fence. And then he did the exact same thing in the SEC tournament. So he changes the game with his glove. Not as much as he does with his bat, but he's a complete player. He's looking to do damage from the first pitch, so you can't go slowly into the at-bat. You have to be super intentional. But I can tell you this, he's a great player, but when we went down there and lost 2 out of 3 at the beginning of the conference play, it was the other guys that beat us. I went into it thinking about Cags and Colby Shelton and those guys, and then it was Heyman and the other dudes, the right-handed hitters that were smoking the ball over the field. So, they're a great team. As I just told Sully, death, taxes in Florida, in Omaha. Those are 3 things you can pretty much count on. So hopefully we can get our program to that point. But Cags is, you can only control so much. So just try to have him hit with nobody on.
Jake McKeever, College Baseball Central. Coach, you have a ton of transfers that all seem to just mesh really well. What's kind of been the secret behind that, or what have you kind of done to help them mesh? I
mean, I think any coach would tell you have a strong culture, right? And Texas A&M as a university leads itself to have, there's a Texas A&M stands for something, and it stands for a lot. And there's a culture there that is not just in the baseball program or the athletic department. It's on the campus, and so it attracts a certain person that if you don't live up to that standard, you're not around. And so I think the transfers we've gotten they're all high character kids from high character families, and they've also come from great places, right? So for example, Braden Montgomery, David Esker deserves a lot of credit for his development, right? The coaches at Penn, the coaches at Columbia, the coaches at Michigan. I mean, those guys are all they're coming from great programs where they've been held to a high standard anyway. And, knock on wood, we get to reap the benefits of that in today's college baseball. So it has way more to do, I think, with where they came from versus anything necessarily we've done other than just welcome them with open arms and hold them to a standard.
Hey, Slosh, Carter Carls, 247 Sports. What would you attribute kind of the slow starts for Ryan the last couple games?
Prager?
Yeah.
Ryan doesn't have he doesn't have overpowering stuff in terms of big velocity. So he relies on command and pitch execution. And so, I think anybody can have a bad day, and he's had, not horrible, but just a couple bad ones, which in my mind just means he's due to have a great one. Our ballpark is not the most forgiving park. When you're a guy that, like the game against Hagen Smith, I mean, the fact that he was able to match him was unbelievable because we were going to have to play way more defense than they were going to have to play because Prager is not normally a big strikeout pitcher. The ball gets put in play a lot, just hopefully weekly. So in this ballpark, I looked at the weather, and I think the wind's going to be blowing in Saturday night with a little front coming through. So, we're a team that the home run's a big part of our offense, but maybe it'll help us keep Florida in the ballpark. But to answer your question, Prager he doesn't have to be perfect, but he can't get away with bad pitches really too often.
Tyler Shaw with KBTX. Coach, I want to ask you about the traditions at A&M. I know the school itself has all of its traditions. The baseball team has a ton of traditions around it. But each year you guys have your own unique ones. You had the Pringles, the Whammy Wagon. Now it's Rattling Bog. Just what are these unique things about each team? I guess why do you do it, and what makes it so special?
First of all, I have nothing to do with any of them. Pringles came out of just a speech when I was mad at the team. That wagon thing, that was Lavalette coming up, and Rattling Bog was Lavalette and Shot. So, I think baseball lends itself to that. You have so much free time. You play every day. It's even more so in professional baseball. So you come up with something to break them. I don't know. I guess you could call it monotony, but just something to keep everybody positive. There's a lot of failure, in baseball. So you need something to bring the guys back to neutral and keep them positive and keep them uplifted. And so I think baseball players tend to do that more often than other sports. I think if you went around every successful team, they have something. And it just so happens that A&M, we're such a big school in the SEC, with a lot of eyes on you. It just gets, it gets in the 12th man. Everybody kind of catches on with whatever the team's doing. And I think what's unique about A&M is the connection between the team and the fans. So if we get it going, and if it's good, or if it's Pringles, or if it's whatever, then the connection between the team and in any sport at A&M and the 12th man, the true connection of that you don't have at every school, that's what breeds itself to make it become so popular, because the fans are part of the team and the team are part of the fans.
Questions? Down here.
Coach, you talked a few weeks ago about how your heart rate changes when different pitchers pitch. Chris Cortez has just had an incredible season. How has that side of it kind of changed throughout the year?
Gotten better. Gotten a lot better. Yeah, Cortez has earned that. And so Chris has really done well. It's good to see him confident, positive, believing in himself. Chris is a guy that cares. Sometimes he over cares. He wants to please so much that if he just makes a little bit of a mistake, then in his previous days, he would let that snowball into something else. And now he's truly playing pitch to pitch. Doesn't look at the scoreboard. Doesn't worry about the last pitch. He's focused on the next pitch. So he's matured a lot.
Avery Howard with Herd Out Sports. Coach, your team went 0-2 in the SEC tournament and then turned around and has gone 5 straight to get here. Just was that like kind of a turning point for your team that's had a good season, then had a mini wake-up call saying we got to turn it on right now? Yeah, I
think if you followed our season, it wasn't just the SEC tournament. It was really our last 3 weeks of the season wasn't great. But, there's blessings in everything. And I think, when you had a chance to reset, had a chance to get home and get rested, get out of the heat a little bit, not play as many games in Hoover. Last year, we played Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in Hoover, 6 straight games. We played 9 SEC games in 11 days, all of them on the road before we went to the regional. And thankfully, we were in Stanford where the weather was awesome and we got the 2 hours back of sleep. But we were pretty out of gas. And this year, we got to go home early from the tournament, play at home, and so that definitely had a role. But I don't know, wake-up call, I think our team's motivated. I wasn't worried about that. It was more about getting the rest and recovery going into the postseason.
Any other questions for Coach? If not, Coach, congratulations again and good luck this weekend.
Thank you, JD. Appreciate it. Have a good day. Yeah, you too.